Welcome back. Today I'm showing you how to sew this peppermint diamond table runner. This is a really fun Christmas project because it looks impressive, but it's actually really easy, especially if you have jelly roll strips on hand. We're using strip sets to create this sparkling diamond pattern. I've bordered mine with this candy cane stripe. This is a fast, jelly roll friendly project that's perfect for decorating your holiday table or making handmade gifts. So grab your fabric and let's jump right in. To begin this project, you're going to want 9 2.5-inch strips. You can use jelly roll, yardage, or a combination of both. I've opted to use a combination of both. And you're going to line these up in the order you'd like to see them appear on your table runner. I've got the red, and I have a combination of red, green, green, red. That way there's no clashing. And then I've chosen for my middle something neutral, yet Christmassy. So the middle piece is important here. And then on the other side, you simply copy the exact same pattern that you've got on the other side. You're mirroring it. Just like that. So what you're going to do now is you're going to sew each of these together. This to this, then this to this, this to this, so on and so forth. You're going to sew these in order. Right sides to right sides. And once you've got all your strips sewn together, just bring it over to your ironing board and give it a nice press. Now we're going to start off by cutting off these uneven edges. So just place your ruler on the edge there, straighten everything up. I'm using my 2.5-inch ruler. All right, we're going to remove that, and now we're just going to continue on, placing the ruler 2.5 inches for each strip, and then we're just going to slice all the way down the fabric. And just like that, we've got our first strip set. So go ahead and continue on. There they all are. That's all of our strip sets. Now it's time to lay them out. So you set one over to the side, and then pay attention to your middle piece there, because that'll be the easiest thing to keep track of. And you're setting them down just like that on the diagonal. And you're going to continue that on with all of your strip sets. This is how we achieve that on point appearance. So they look like little diamonds. Once you've got them laid out, it's time to sew them all together. So grab one at the end there, or in the beginning, however you want to do it. Line them up. Make sure you're nesting the seams. You want them everything nested. And just like before, try to focus on that middle square there, because that's going to help you orientate the rest of your squares. I'm now ironing all my seams flat. And as you can see here, I've got them nested. But because things are going in all kinds of directions here, I've actually made a couple of mistakes. But let me show you what I do to correct that. Now you see here, this is where it was twisted, where this one was going down and this one was going up. Instead of unpicking that or ignoring it, I've opted to just give a little snip. And when you snip it, you can iron that down and that up. And that way everything stays nice and flat. It's my little secret. Look at that, nice and flat. Everything's looking very crisp. Look at those points. It's now time to cut some excess fabric off to achieve our points. So go right to that middle square, line everything up, and go ahead and slice off that little triangle right there. Flip it around and do the exact same thing on the other side. Focus on the middle, line everything up, and slice off that triangle piece. Now we've got to cut off the excess on the edges there. Take your ruler and line it up so that it's touching just before those little dips. It should be about 1/4 inch left of fabric by the time you're done with it. And then there you have it. You have a nice straight edge there. And then of course go ahead and repeat that on the other side. And there you have it. All done. So this is where you're going to want to add your border. Have your 2.5-inch strip ready and just line it up with the edge there. Leave a little off the edge on both sides just to be safe. And then go ahead and cut it. And then you're going to take your strip again and you're going to line it up on the other side. Next, fold it down right sides together and pin in place. I pin the other side to the middle of the table runner for safekeeping. Repeat on the other side. Sew a 1/4 inch seam attaching this to your table runner. Once you've done that, do it with the other side as well. Remove excess fabric. Now get your backing fabric, which is 1 yard of yardage, and your batting. I have crib size here. Fleece works as well. Lay out your yard of fabric. Now keep in mind, your table runner top will be a little bit longer. So we're going to go ahead and cut off some of this. Just go ahead, leave about 2 inches on each side. Cut all the way down. And then you're going to remove the selvage edges on both sides. Line up each side of your cut yardage and just sew a 1/4 inch or maybe even a little bit more, just right down, connecting it. That way you have a nice long piece, just like this. Now, press down that seam in the middle to make it nice and flat. If you'd like, take it over to your iron. From here, we're going to lay out the batting. You shouldn't have to cut this at all to make it fit. It will be long enough. Go ahead and lay out your backing fabric right side up on top of the batting. This is very important. Lay your table runner top right side down on top of your backing fabric. So right sides together. Pin it in place. Release it from its confines. Now, you're going to sew this down, starting from the edge of your table runner top, a 1/4 inch all the way across. Make sure to leave a hand size opening like you see right here. You'll need this to turn it out later. Lastly, you're going to take your rotary cutter and you're going to cut out your table runner. Now we need to cut off some of these points, just the tip. Go ahead and remove the tip there, and then just a little bit on the sides just to remove any possible bulk. Repeat this on all points. You are simply cutting off the tips. It is now time to turn your table runner out. Reach inside and grab at that tip area and just pull it right out. In the bag making world, we call this birthing. Now we've got to poke out all of those corner edges. I've got here a bag turner tool. This can be used just to turn out edges, turn out points. So I'm inserting it into the hole and I'm going up into all those corner areas and I'm just pushing out that stubborn fabric so that I have some good crisp points. While I'm already in there, I'm just running it along all of the edges as well. This will help with a more clean appearance. Now that all of the corners are turned out, it's time to flatten up all of those edges. You're going to take each side and you're going to just roll them a little bit so that each side is right on top of the other. Now back to that opening. What I'm doing here is I'm cutting about 1/8 inch off of that batting, just because it's a little bit bulky and it's making it hard for me to turn in the open fabric pieces. You see that it's not much at all. So just be very careful here if you choose to do this. And then what I'm doing is I'm rolling the fabric in about 1/4 inch on both sides. And then once I've got it nice and flat and flush with the rest of the table runner, I'm just clipping it in place. Iron this nice and flat, paying extra attention to that pocket area. Now you're going to want to sew right on the edge of the table runner to close up that pocket and get a nice top stitch. And with that, you're done. Yes, it really is that easy and fast. Let me know down below if you plan on making this table runner. And thank you for watching. Happy sewing!